lot of times the super chats I get when I do call-in shows, the calls I get are, let's talk about what might happen after the season if X happens, if Y happens. And I understand that Niner fans are extremely intrigued what's going to happen this offseason because it is going to be very interesting. But it seems a little like the wrong timing to be talking about that, considering that they're in the middle of like one of the all-time most interesting seasons in franchise history. Can we talk about the hypotheticals?
Yeah, I'm what I'm asking for on this show. Of course, no one will pay attention, but what I'm asking for is a moratorium on what if questions. Because it takes away from the drama and the passion of this wonderful season. So I'll give you a what if question. We can go back and forth on what if questions I wish we could table until after the season. One, if Brock Purdy wins the Super Bowl, does that mean he automatically has the starting job next season over Trey Lance? What if? No, it's like we're playing Jeopardy. What if Brock Purdy wins the Super Bowl? Does that mean he automatically has the starting job over Trey Lance next season? My answer would be, how the hell do I know? And what's more, he hasn't gotten into the Super Bowl. He hasn't won the Super Bowl. Let's table that till March. Yeah, that's one that drives me nuts.
What if Kyle Shanahan wins the Super Bowl with Brock Purdy? Does that make him a better head coach than Bill Walsh?
Yeah. Or even does that put him in the top 3 coaches in the league? Right. If he wins. Yeah. And why is it premature on that, Iggy?
He hasn't done it yet. He hasn't done it yet. So let's see him do it. He's gotten close in the past.
There's that.
Let's see. If Brock Purdy gets hurt during the playoffs, could Trey Lance come back and play?
Yes.
Or could Jimmy come back and play?
Yeah.
What if Brock Purdy gets hurt in the playoffs? Can they go?
Yeah.
Will Jimmy save them? Will Trey save them? Will Josh Johnson come in?
And will Josh Johnson be better than Brock Purdy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
There has to be an Elijah Mitchell question. What if Elijah Mitchell is really healthy next season? Would he split time or carries with CMC? What if?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
I mean, yeah. Yeah. What if Trey Lance outplays Brock Purdy in a quarterback competition? Will they give the job to Brock Purdy anyway because of the playoff run?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think all those questions, it's like, first of all, every week things change and the conversation changes. So the hypothetical discussions we were having last week no longer matter because things have happened. Players have gotten hurt. We've learned more, and there's more information. All that, all those conversations were a waste of time. And each the conversations now are a waste of time. And it's when we have the full picture and all the evidence, we'll be able to have these conversations intelligently at that time. But right now, it's like, what if Brock Purdy wins the Super Bowl? What if he loses to the Commanders this week and has a quarterback rating of 14? I mean, either thing could happen. Why even discuss it before it happens?
And that's how football. That's how football people think. They are. God love them. By the necessity of their profession, they're into the here and now.
Yeah.
They are not thinking 2 weeks ahead. It's not how they live. They live in the here and now because the here and now is all that's available to us. And that's how I'm telling you, Kyle Shanahan thinks. It's how his dad thought. It's how Bill Walsh thought. Otherwise, you're a dead duck.
And I got to say, what if questions are about the least interesting questions you could ask. What if? What if your aunt had a couple of, she'd be your uncle? So why do we need to play that game? You could do what if for anything. It's not really that intellectually stimulating. But here's the thing. To be fair to all the fans that call in and ask these what if questions, it's because the last 3 games on the schedule look like gimme wins. And I think Niner fans are looking for something a little bit more stimulating to talk about. So to be fair, that's where it's coming from, I think.
Okay, but you know what? Don't take them for granted.
Don't
take them for granted. They're
even
not
though we're
taking
even though we're going to totally write off Washington in about 3 minutes, don't take it for granted.
No, because I'm telling you that Kyle Shanahan and his staff are preparing as seriously as they ever have in their whole lives. They're not taking it for granted. So I'm not sure the fans should either. Iggy, I have to tell you, a few years before I retired, I did an article on crazy Super Bowl bets, because Iggy, there are so many crazy Super Bowl bets that you can get odds on. One was that Jesus Christ would appear at halftime on the field at the Super Bowl, and you can get odds. You can get odds on that.
Did you get good odds? Did you take that?
I didn't. I don't bet, but the odds that you get are phenomenal on that one. Yes.
How do you pass up those kind of odds? I can only imagine. You put $1 down, it happens. Not only did Jesus come, you're rich. It's like a double whammy.
What I wonder is, what if a Jesus impersonator came? True. Does that count?
Yeah, and could the casinos really cover those bets? I mean, it seems like they probably couldn't. So maybe.
But anyway, there was a bet like that.
That's good. It's very.
What if?
Yeah. What if Jesus shows himself?